What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss all the topics you send through to me on Twitter. And as you can hear, my voice is fucked. So I missed the game yesterday. I was meant to go up to Manchester with Flex. Didn't happen. I needed to preserve my voice for today. This is the second video today. Still got 2 more shows to do. So man's out here grinding. So fuck it. Let's get into your topics, and there's some good ones. First one is from OGS_United. Who do you think we should sign to make up for the lack of quality, and what are your expectations for next season? Okay, expectation-wise for next season, to be completely honest, bro, I just think that we need to challenge for the league. We need to challenge, innit? And when I mean challenge, I mean we need to finish in the top 4 comfortably. And I feel like we need to be in with a shout. We're not going to win the league, but we need to be within, let's say within 10 points of the winners next season. Because right now it's 20 points or something like that. We need to at least half the gap. We need to be showing some sort of progression. For me, as long as there's progress from this season, I can't really have too much complaints, because Ollie's not going to be able to do it in one window. It's not possible. So in terms of who I'd bring in, I think that I've stated many times we need to bring in players that would come straight into the starting 11. So we've been linked with Party from Atletico. I'll take him all day. I'll take Ndombele as well, or Ruben Neves. But for me, I think we need to try and do this Premier League proven thing, because every time we go abroad, it doesn't seem to work out for us. So if I was doing a Premier League proven thing, someone like a Ruben Neves, like everyone say Tielemans, wavy baller, players like that. Like people talk about Maddison and all that. I don't think so. I don't think he's Manchester United level, but I think we need to be looking at guys like Neves, like Ndidi. You know what I mean? Players like that we know that can play in the league. I think that we need to focus on being a force in the Premier League before we start worrying about Champions League and Europe, because we're nowhere near European level at the moment. Domestically, we need to get a foothold back in the game. So for me, I'm looking at domestic players. I'm looking at a Wilfred Zaha, or I'm looking at a Jadon Sancho for the right-hand side. I'm looking at Toby Alderweireld for centre-back, because Toby's proven. Now, I mean, all this Koulibaly talk, 100 million, I'm not trying to spend 100 million on no defender that's not Rafa Varane. If man can get Varane, they can have 100 million euros. But I'm not giving you 100 million for fucking Koulibaly. He's good, but I see Arsenal rip man a new one, innit? So just because he's good in Italy, that don't mean that man's going to do bits in the Premier. Don't, innit? I'm not paying 100 million for someone that needs to acclimatise. Simply not doing it. So with that in mind, I think we need a centre half. I'd go for Toby. Right wing, I'd go for Jadon and Wilf. I think that Wilf is more of a sure thing than Jadon. However, Jadon's got the potential to be an absolute worldie. So I'll take either one of those. We need a striker as well, because I think Lukaku's going. I'm taking a Cardi all fucking day, bruv. All day. Don't care. You see what I'm saying? And centre mid, I'd get Ruben Neves +1. Whether that's Ndombele, whether that's Partey, whether that's Ndidi, I don't care. Even Declan Rice is in with a shout. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. It'll be 4 or 5 I'm expecting to come in. Who would you go for? Whoever you bring in has to go straight into the starting 11. And also a right back. I'm bringing in, we've been linked with Meunier. I'd bring in Wan-Bissaka. However, if Meunier is available, he's proven at the highest level. He's at a good age, and it still gives Dalot some time to grow into the right back slot. So yeah, let me know your 5. And out of that 5, I want a striker, a right winger, a centre back, a right back, and a central midfielder. Okay, next one. At James Probets, would you sell Pogba? 160 mil for him, and you can buy a few players. You don't need a world-class midfield. Look at Liverpool. Very true. You don't need a world-class midfield. You need a functional midfield. You need all the boxes ticked. You need legs, you need a passer, and you need goals, innit? So, would I sell Pogba for 160 mil? I would sell Pogba for 160 mil if we could get 160 mil for him. Because I wouldn't want someone of Pogba's calibre to go for cheap, because Manchester United have been poor when it comes to selling players. So if we could get 160 million for Pogba, I would absolutely sell him. Not because I want him to go. He's my favourite player in the world, not just at United. However, the bottom line is, I think that United aren't good enough for him at present. I think that he deserves to play at a higher level with better players. And he's been here long enough. They haven't proven that they can reach his level and play at the level that he deserves to play at. And also, if he genuinely isn't happy, which I wouldn't blame him for being happy, I'm not even happy as a fan. So I wouldn't be happy as a elite level footballer playing in this shit team, bruv. I wouldn't. So if Pogba does want to go, 160 million, I would take that. With that 160 million, I'd sign 2 central midfielders, because we need 2 central midfielders. And I'd go for Neves and I'd go for Ndombele, bruv. I really would. With that money from Pogba, we could sign them both and still have money left over for Toby, probably, a centre-back. Getting 3 players for the price of Pogba is brilliant business. So I would sell Pogba for 160 million. It's an absolute no-brainer for me, in my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I know you lot would have been surprised by the answer, because you lot think that I'm blind as far as Pogba goes. I'm not blind, I just know how good he is. Next one, at QQ_10. Thoughts on possible Lukaku Icardi swap deal? Do it now. Icardi is a wicked skeng man, bruv. In the box, he's a baller. He's got vision, he's got touch, he can finish with both feet. He's a proper, we ain't had a man like that since Robin Van Persie, like a proper shooter. I think we need that. We need a shooter, man, because if we did have one, we would have finished in the top 4 comfy. Man are talking about how many chances. Well, Pogba's our top scorer here. That's a problem. How's your fucking central midfielder your top scorer? Secondly, I saw a compilation of Lukaku misses, yeah. I retweeted on Twitter. The amount of assists, Pogba could have had 10 more assists, at least, just from Lukaku. Do you know what I'm saying? So, when you look at that, it's all about being clinical. The reason why we won the league in 2013 is not because we created loads of chances, it's because Van Persie didn't even need a full chance to score. Half a chance, he's notching. Top strikers don't need clear-cut chances. They just need a sniff. And I think Icardi is what we need for that, man. We need someone to convert the chances we make, because it's not like we're not creating chances. Would you swap him? Because I know a lot of people are talking about his personal life. I mentioned this on the match review for the Chelsea game. Fuck personal life. Ryan Giggs was pamming his brother's missus, and no one didn't say nothing. Eric Cantona was knocking out teammates, fighting managers and that at his previous club. Came to United, he behaved himself. I don't care what man are doing in their own time, behind closed doors. The man could be dressing up like gal, doing all that. I don't care what you're doing, bruv. As long as when you're on the pitch, you earn your fucking money. Icardi will do that. He's a proper shooter. Let me know what you think about this possible deal. For me, I'm all over it. Rom keeps talking about going to Italy and that. I've heard it too many times. So for me, this Italian thing's happening. So he can piss off, really, to be honest. Like, I'm not his biggest fan. I don't think his spell at the club has been a success. I think he's flopped. Because for what he was expecting of himself, for what we were expecting of him, and the way he was talking big, like, he's one of the best strikers in the world. He ain't cut the mustard. So it could be a summer where Alexis, Lukaku, Pogba, and De Gea could all leave, blood. Imagine that. I don't think Pogba and De Gea will leave. I think one of them will leave. And I think it's more likely to be Dave, if I'm honest. But if Dave leaves, Lukaku leaves and Sanchez leaves, I couldn't care less, to be honest. I think that a big shake-up is needed. I also think that that will be a warning shot to the board that they can't keep doing the fuckeries that they're doing. They're going to have to invest. They're going to have to invest heavily. They're going to have to back the manager. And if that's the case, I'm all for it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next one, at CADAM161. Dropped De Gea for the last 2 games. Abso-fucking-lutely, bruv. Ollie bottled it, you know, because Ollie cost us the top 4 yesterday, bruv, by not dropping De Gea. Under LVG, as I previously mentioned in the video before, if you haven't seen the match review, make sure you go check that out. Under LVG, David De Gea was having the Real Madrid. Remember the fax machine thing? What did LVG do? He dropped him because he knew his head wasn't in the game and he was distracted. David De Gea clearly has a weak mentality because when anything else is going, his form goes out the window. So you drop him. That's why he's not a captain. That's why he's not a leader. David De Gea is not vocal. He's never has been. So when people are talking about giving him the armband, I wanted to give him the armband just to keep him. But now, I don't even care if he stays, if I'm honest, because I feel like we've got his best years out of him already and he's peaked. So, like, if you don't stay, you don't stay. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't give a shit, really. So, it's one of them things where, as much as I rate him, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world that cannot be debated. It can't be debated. Is he the best in the world at the moment? Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Like, on current form, he's not. Like, he's really not. So, one of them things where I'll drop him. Well, I wouldn't drop him. I'll send him on holiday. I'd say, you know what, Dave? You've had a long season. You're not playing well, bro. Like, go on holiday. Go and relax. Like, he needs to be as far away from a football pitch as possible. I think that would be brilliant management from Ollie if he did send him on holiday instead of having him on the bench. Just tell him, bruv, go take your missus, whatever, and just go somewhere, catch some sun, catch some rays, because you need to be taken out the firing line because he's been diabolical. And I think it's 4 errors in the last 4 games that have cost us goals and potentially cost us top 4. And I'm not saying that it's his fault we didn't make top 4 because we still had time to score goals after he made the mistake. And also in the other matches, we weren't good enough either. However, like, that's more mistakes than he made in the previous 120 games before that. There's clearly something wrong. His head's not in it. And he's escaped scrutiny. While the likes of Pogba, he has one bad game, all of a sudden man are saying his head's in Madrid. So where the fuck is David De Gea's head right now? So let me know in the comments, are you dropping De Gea for the rest of the season, guys? Or are you going to persist with him? All right. Malachi the Great, your thoughts on the proven Premier League quality instead of name brand ballers? James Maddison from Leicester looks like a great talent, and Chilwell plus Ndidi. I get all of that, bro. I get all of that. I'm all for proven Premier League. I think we need to solidify our foundation in the league again. Old Trafford needs to become a fortress again because it's a joke thing right now. And I think that signing players that already play in this league and know what it takes is definitely the way to go. I think we might sign from abroad, but if we're signing from abroad, it has to be specific profile of players. Other than that, go for what you know. I don't think Maddison's good enough. I don't think he's proven enough. I think Chilwell's quality, I think he's better than Shaw, but Shaw's our number 1 left back now. So there's no point buying a left back. We've got other fish to fry. And Ndidi, yes. As I said, Ruben Neves, quality. Tielemans. Striker-wise, we have to leave the Prem because there ain't no shooters in the Prem that are up for sale. I think Toby from the Prem, calm. Wan-Bissaka from the Prem, calm. Right back, do you know what I mean? Like, I would go all Premier League proven. Obviously, there's a Premier League premium. We all know about this, but beggars can't be choosers. We need to splash some P, guys. What players from the Premier League would you want to add to the squad that's not there? Let me know. And make sure it's one of the players that I haven't already mentioned. So not Neves, not Ndidi, not Declan Rice, not Wan-Bissaka. Throw out some new names because you never know. Like, I could have definitely missed a few players. At JAS_PN. People forget there was a time we used to make Champions League semis and finals on a regular basis. Standards have dropped too much. Do you think most of our squad is overrated? Abso-fucking-lutely. Most of our squad are shit, bruv. So I keep telling people, when man is saying Ander Herrera, we got to keep Ander Herrera. Why? Man's not elite level, bruv. know what I mean? He's Premier League standard, bruv. Like, you probably don't even start for Everton, cuz. Like, we're getting gassed over the youth, yeah, because everyone else is around them is shit. It's not that we missed Herrera because he's a wavy baller. We missed him because all the rest of them, man, are whack. Matic is shit. McTominay is just basic. Like, Fred is still acclimatizing. Andreas Pereira is inconsistent. He's not ready. So, we've got a very inexperienced team and quite a young team. Like, Jesse Lingard's one of the senior players, bruv, and he's only 26. So, when you look at it, our players are overrated, bruv. Martial is a lot of potential, but he hasn't reached it yet. So right now he's just talent. Rashford's extremely overrated. Lukaku's extremely overrated. Lindelof's good, but he's still overrated. Jones and Smalling are shite. Bailly's inconsistent, so you can't really rate him. Luke Shaw's definitely overrated. Ashley Young's shit. Man, just go through the whole team. Man are shit or overrated. That's what it is. I think Pogba and De Gea are only players that are as good as people think they are. So yes, I do think the squad's overrated, and that's why I don't think there's many indisposable people. I think everyone in this squad at the moment has their price. So yeah, very good question. Let me know how you feel about that one in the comments. Bake Pearson, Jay Pearson, is Ollie already showing too much loyalty to players and not looking at it objectively? Rashford, exclamation mark. Ollie has said more than once he's been injured, but keeps playing him. It's obviously affecting his game. Ashley Young and David De Gea. Abso-fucking-lutely, my guy. This loyalty to Rashford is abysmal, yeah? Like, Rashford's been absolute dog shit for a long time. Should be dropped. No questions asked. I'm not trying to hear any other reasoning. There's a lot of British bias with Ollie and Mike, and also longevity bias. Like, all the players that have been at the club longest. Jones, Smalling, Ashley Young, Rashford, Lingard. All crap. Them man should not be playing. I'm not really feeling the fact that Ollie keeps playing these man. And that's why I said, if you go back to the previous videos, the reason why I wanted Pochettino is because I thought there'll be no bias. He'll come in, clean slate. He'll see everyone on face value. I don't know you, man. Don't care about you, man. If you're good, you'll play. If you're shit, you'll get dropped. With Ollie, I don't think that's going to be the case. And yeah, I think that Rashford don't need to be nowhere near the starting 11 for the rest of the season. And going forward, he shouldn't be starting week in, week out because he's simply not good enough. Are we going to see that under Ollie? I don't have no faith in him to do that, unfortunately. That worries me a little bit. How do you guys feel about that? Do you definitely see the bias? Again, let me know in the comments. Keep it interactive. Why is Rashford untouchable? Again, poor on the field, can't take a free kick. Ollie saying he's playing him while he's strapped up, while we have Mason, who's a better baller, 100%. What's going on? 100% favouritism. It's all the same thing. Everyone's cottoning on to this Rashford thing, bruv. Mason Greenwood is, I think I retweeted a compilation. 14 left foot goals, 15 right foot goals and a header. 30 goals, bruv. This guy's a gem. This guy needs to start the next 2 games of the season. I don't know what the fuck's going on, bruv, if he doesn't. I honestly don't know what's going on. He's earned his stripes. He's looking like the best striker we have at the club at the moment. Like, Martial looks short of confidence. And this will take me on to the last one. Do you think there's an issue with Tony behind the scenes? There is. There is. One of my guys in the media sent me something yesterday and basically told me that Ollie and Martial have fallen out and that he could be put up for sale in the summer. So yeah, there is something going on. Because the fact that we're chasing a game and Martial wasn't brought on, there's an issue. And I love Martial. But I just don't know, bruv. You know what I mean? I don't think that there's a problem with his attitude. I just think that he hasn't been managed very well since he's been brought to the club. I think that LVG leaving was massive. Was massive for him. Mourinho favoured Rashford, and now Ollie's coming and he's doing the same thing. And he's better than Rashford, if I'm honest. And if I was Tony, I wouldn't be happy about that either. So I genuinely think that Tony's fed up. I think that he's like, fuck this guy, bruv, I'm better than him, which he is. Even when Rashford's injured, he's getting in ahead of Martial. And yeah, Martial's form hasn't been great under Oli, but that's partially because the team are playing for Rashford. When Rashford was playing down the middle, it was always, yeah, get the ball into Rashford, get the ball into Rashford, instead of playing from the flanks and getting Tony on the ball. And Tony's been playing more of a creative backup role than probably he should be and that he's used to. So, again, I wouldn't be surprised if he left, but there's definitely something going on. Like, I've been informed by a very reliable source, the same source that told me that we were in talks with Jadon Sancho, and Oli basically told the club, do whatever you need to do to get him. So if we don't get Jadon, it's simply because he doesn't want to come. If Jadon wants to come, he'll be at United in the summer. And yeah, there's definitely an Oli and Martial problem. Let me know what you think of that in the comments, guys. That was our last tweet. Some very good questions. Make sure you keep it interactive. Let me know how you feel in the comment section. Get those player names in. The season's nearly over, so the rumour mill is going to start. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many we get right over the course of the summer. I've been also told that Oli's trying to get these men in early. So before the pre-season tour, he's trying to do all of his business. So this could be the most efficient summer ever. Or it could be more of the same shit, who knows. But let's be optimistic. Make sure you hit up the socials at Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram. Verified Instagram now. Man, I have to throw that out there one more time. Man collected the last Infinity Stone. Facebook and Twitter were verified. Now the Insta's verified, bruv. Clout Chasers Anonymous B. Man's on that. So make sure you follow those. Make sure you smash that like button. And yeah, look out for the Flex and Rant show and the WTF show tomorrow, guys. Peace.